Our family always kind of liked the Y, and we encouraged our son and daughter to go to the Y. My son Dan was on the Y swim team, and he progressed to the point where he's now an employee of the Y and has been for about 20 years.
When I was younger, I was that kid that my parents could never chase out of the water with a stick. Learned how to swim. I was on swim team, and I didn't really understand what I was getting into at first. And it turned into a great place to connect and have friends and learn and ultimately, grow. So after being in aquatics for a large number of years at the Y here, had the opportunity to complete my degree, and I did that. And got a job in the wellness center, which I did okay at. And then one day someone said, here, you should try these senior programs and you can lead that. And I said, okay, I'll see what that is. It turned out to be one of the best things I've ever done in my life. It really opened my eyes and just made me feel like this is a place where I can give back to. One of the things I tried to do with AOA programming was bring a way to get folks education. And we started doing that by having these screening events and things. And I've always encouraged my dad to come to the Y and said, you got to come to the Y. You'll trust me. You're going to like it here. And so I managed to convince him to come to one of the AOA screening days. And, we had some fun, and he checked out a bunch of the different seminars. Shortly after deer season that year, he got a phone call from his doctor after having scheduled that one of the screenings he learned about at the AOA event, and he said there was an issue and contacted him immediately. And it was one of those moments in time. I remember exactly where I was and the thoughts of what if. And
when I went in for the scan of my abdomen, I assumed everything was fine. I had been working out here at the Y. I had been cutting wood, chopping wood, remodeling our house. Everything was fine. And after the scan, I discovered that I had an aneurysm on my aorta, which is a major artery that goes from your heart down to your groin and supplies blood to the lower body. The aneurysm was about 2.5 inches by 5 inches, which is extremely large. And if that had burst, I would have been dead in about 2 minutes. No one would have been able to save me.
My dad means the world to me. And I don't know what would have happened if he hadn't done that screening, if he hadn't gotten that phone call, if he hadn't taken the steps he has. It makes me sick to my stomach.
Following surgery, I was a little nervous about coming back, and I know a lot of people have a goal of just getting up off their chair and going to the kitchen. My goal got a little bit more intense. I wanted to get back to the Y. Dan got me started on the recumbent bike, and then I progressed to the point where I am now working out 5 days a week, about an hour and a half a day. I do body pump twice, HIIT twice, and TRX once.
So after Dad's situation got resolved and he started coming to the Y more and deepened our connection and friendship, not just as father and son, but more truly as friends. Some of my staff have even like, hey, that old guy. I'm like, yeah, that's my dad. No way. And it makes me really, really proud for him and really happy for him. The difference it makes in what he can do, it's inspiring.
There is a support system here at the Y that not many people are aware of. It's kind of interesting. When my son was young, it was only Dan that was going to the Y. And gradually over time, it's not only my son and myself, my grandson goes to the Y, my wife goes to the Y, and it's just nice to have a family-wide organization where you can have all these experiences. It's just great.
For me to still be here, this is home. This is the best place in the world to me. I wouldn't trade it for anything.